Hey everyone, I recently bought this new office chair. I got it off Amazon. It's by a company called the BestGlory high back executive office chair. I'll put the link in the description. I got it on Black Friday. I think it was between 130 and 140 bucks. But I was going to put it together and just walk you through it, and then just give my general thoughts on it in case this helps anyone in selecting an office chair, which I found to be quite a lot just because there's so many options and styles and all that. This was pretty standard. I think it's kind of like the fake leather stuff. It's all I really needed for my home office. So I always use a box cutter or a knife to open this stuff up, and you got to be real careful, so I thought I'd just point this out. It's packed pretty well, but this is really close to the edge, so I don't think I did this. I'll double check it when I take it out, but just be careful when opening. All right, so I got everything out of the box. Everything's really well packed, and looks like it's in good shape, so I'm gonna take it all out and look for the instructions and start getting this put together. All right, so it comes with the instruction book, which is helpful. So I'm just looking at the steps. I took out the leg arms and this piece, which is packed separately. These are gonna slide into here, and it looks like we have to tighten some screws down. They did include a hardware kit as well. So let's get going. All right, so nothing complicated here. We're just gonna be putting, you can see how that's got like a U-shaped. Each of the brackets can only fit one way. So we're just gonna put that over there. And then it calls for the number 12 screw, and they are labeled nicely. So that's gonna be these that are gonna go up on the bottom side, which I'll show you. That's right, so I got it flipped over, and I slid the bracket on there, put a number 12 screw in, and then with the hex wrench that comes with it, we're just going to tighten these all down. I'm going to do the same thing on every one, super simple, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so we got all the legs on now, and I've got my casters. Next step is to put the casters in here. I'm going to take them out, give it a try, and then I'll show you how it goes. Okay, only thing to note here, I did get one to work. They just set in, and then I had to put quite a bit of force with both hands to push this in, and it clicks in. So you'll know it when it clicks in, but you do have to put a decent amount of force on. I suppose you also could just put them all in, flip it over, put it on the ground, and push down hard, and they'll click in. But I was able to get it this way. Yeah, so I ended up putting it on the ground because it was just easier. I flipped it over and did this, but you put this in, and with two hands pushing down real hard, I had to spin it around like this as I was pushing down, and it clicks in eventually, but just be aware, it's a little bit tough to get them in there. I was considering using a mallet, but that seems like a little overkill. You flip it over and push down hard enough, it clicks in. All right, so the next step says to look for a central base buckle, which goes on. And in my case, it was actually already installed. I was looking all around for it, it was already there. So this came just on this center part, wrapped in the packaging, so didn't have to do anything there. And then it says put the air rod in, which is this guy, and it goes this way. I didn't show any screws or anything, so I'm just gonna set it in there for now. All right, so next we're gonna be assembling this piece on the bottom side of the seat cushion, which is this one. This is the front, and it labels it on the back. So I'm gonna take a look at the instructions and see what screws we need to put this on. All right, again, it seems pretty easy. Just set this on. The bottom of the seat's labeled front. This has got the label on it as well. You can see the 4 holes that we're gonna be lining up. So we're gonna set that on there and get those lined up. And then it calls for the number 13, which is these. So I'm gonna get the hexagon screw that came with it out and start screwing those in. Sorry, I just noticed these are the spare hardware, so they give you a little thing of spare. These are the number 13. The labels below it, so I'm gonna use those. All right, so I just put them all in halfway so I could make sure I got it lined up as straight as I could visually make it. Now I'm gonna tighten them all down. All right, so we got this on tight. Now what we're gonna do is flip this over and set this hole on here. And it doesn't say there's any hardware required, it's just supposed to fit in there snug. So we'll give it a try. All right, as you can see, I just set it on there. It was pretty easy. It's just sitting on there like that. I guess once I sit on it, maybe it'll push down a little bit more. Not quite sure. Looks like the next step is the armrests. So I'm gonna get those unpacked and figure out what hardware we need, and we'll go to that step. All right, I really do appreciate their packaging and labeling. These are the two armrests, labeled left, labeled right. And then, like we said, this is the front. So left and right. So that's the way I'm gonna move forward with installing them. Okay, so this is the armrest, and we're gonna be mounting that right up here into these two screws. And the instructions call for number 14, so these. So I'll be using the hexagon wrench that came with it to just screw those in. All right, it's tough with one set of hands, but able to do it, and I did not tighten them down much. So you can see it's wobbly because we are gonna have to put the back in the middle, so I just wanted to leave it open to give myself a little play, and then I'll tighten everything up at the end. All right, so I got both armrests on, so you can see there. All I did was put these two screws in, here and here on both sides. And looks like the next step is gonna be to fit the backrest in there, and then I gotta look at the exact instructions, but I'm guessing right in these two holes, we're gonna put some screws into the backrest. Take a look at the instructions and we'll be back. So I thought I'd just add this. I brought the chair in and I'm just comparing it to my old office chair, and pretty much the same size, same depth. The heights, it was my other chair went a little lower than this one, maybe by an inch or so. The heights are about the same. You can see the armrests are a little shorter on the new one. We'll have to see if that bothers me or not. I think it'll be fine. I was playing around with the armrest because if you notice, as you lift this up, it really hits on this right side, and I could see that wearing over time. So that's just one thing. It really doesn't seem to be as bad on this side. You know, when it goes up, it just touches a little bit, but this is the one that's a little bit tougher to go up and down. It's just a little more stiff, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how much I'll go up and down with the armrest anyways, but it does seem to be more on this side, so there's a tolerance issue. I tried taking the caps off and just adjusting those screws a bit, but it didn't make any difference. So just FYI, something I noticed. Other than that, I find it really comfortable and looks a heck of a lot better than my old one. Anyways, thanks for watching.